Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and today we're gonna be doing the US presidents. I know in the last video I said I was gonna do the history of World War One, but after this video I will do it for sure. But by the way, let's get into the video. So, so these are the first 16 presidents of the United States of America. George Washington, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, James Monroe, John Quincy Adams, Andrew Jackson, Martin Van Buren, William Henry Harrison, John Tyler, James K. Polk, Zachary Taylor, Millard Fillmore, Franklin Pierce, James Buchanan, and Abraham Lincoln. Those are the United States presidents, and I am going to give you the presidents that had led the U.S. into conflicts. George Washington had led the American troops through the Revolution, and James Madison led the American Army through the War of 1812, and James K. Polk led the Americans in the Mexican-American War, and Abraham Lincoln and Abraham Lincoln led the Americans led the Union Army and the American Civil War. And now I am going to give you the years they were in office. We're starting out with George Washington. George Washington times was 1789 through 1797, and John Adams is 1797 through 1807. Thomas Jefferson is 1801 through 1809. James Madison is 1809 through 1817. James Monroe is 1817 through 1825. John Quincy Adams is 1825 through 1829. Andrew Jackson is 1829 through 1837. Martin Van Buren is 1837 through 1841. William Henry Harrison is 1841 to 1841. Well, so William Henry Harrison was the first president to die in office. So that is why he lasted a year through. That is why he had lasted a year through it. I don't know if it's actually year or like part of the year of 1841. Okay, let's continue. John Tyler is 1841 through 1845. James K. Polk is 1845 through 1849. Zachary Taylor is 1849 through 1850. Millard Fillmore 1850 through 1853. Franklin Pierce 1853 through 1857. James Buchanan through through 1857 through 1861. Abraham Lincoln is 1861 through 1865. And and the and the next four presidents are these: and Andrew Johnson, Ulysses S. Grant, Ruther B. Hayes, James A. Garfield. Grant is actually a veteran of the Civil War, a general, perhaps, of the war of the Union Army. Okay. So Andrew Johnson's time in office was 1865 through 1869. Ulysses S. Grant is 1869 through 1877. Ruther B. Hayes is 1877 through 1888. James A. Garfield is 1881 through 1881. I don't know why James A. Garfield had lasted through 1 year also, but let's just continue. So the next four presidents are Chester A. Arthur, Grover Cleveland, Benjamin Harrison, and Grover Cleveland. So you heard me say Grover Cleveland twice. It is because he is the only president that got ranked twice into office. So Chester A. Arthur time was 1881 through 1885. Grover Cleveland, rank 1, 1885 through 1889. Benjamin Harrison is 1889 through 1893. Grover Cleveland, second rank, is 1893 through 1897. Okay, so now we're on to the next four presidents. Okay. William McKinley, Theodore Roosevelt, William Howard Taft, Woodrow Wilson. Woodrow Wilson is what led Woodrow Wilson was the U.S. president that had led the Americans through World War I. So William McKinley was 1897 through 1901. Theodore Roosevelt, and 1901 through 1909. William Howard Taft, 1909 through 1913. Woodrow Wilson, Woodrow Wilson, 1913 through 1921. So, um, so we're on to the next four presidents: Warren G. Harding, Calvin Coolidge, Herbert Hoover, Franklin D. And Franklin D. Roosevelt. Franklin D. Roosevelt, he had led the Americans through through World War II. Yes, so we are. So these are the presidents during the Cold War: Harry S. Truman, Dwight D. Eisenhower, John F. Kennedy, Lyndon B. Johnson, Richard Nixon, Gerald Ford, Jimmy Carter, Ronald Reagan, and George H. W. Bush. So Dwight D. Eisenhower is a general, a veteran of the a veteran of World War II. And also Truman, Truman was the one who ended off World War II. So now it's time for their time in office. Harry S. Truman, 1945 through 1953. Dwight D. Eisenhower, 1953 through 1961. John F. Kennedy, 1961 through 1963. Lyndon B. Johnson, 1963 through 1969. Richard Nixon, 1969 through 1974. Gerald Ford, 1974 was the end of time for Richard Nixon. Gerald Ford, 1974 through 1977. Jimmy Carter, 1977 through 1981. Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan was Ronald Reagan, 1981 through 1989. George H.W. Bush was 1989 through 1993. Bill. Okay, so we're on the last four presidents. And the last president here is present day. Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, Barack Obama, and Donald Trump. Bill Clinton was 1993 through 2001. Oh, and also George W. Bush was the president that had witnessed 9/11. Well, the president that was time during 9/11. So George Bush is 2001 through 2009. Barack Obama, 2009 through 2017. Donald Trump, 2017, and he is still in office today. Okay. One, George Washington. 2, John Adams. 3, Thomas Jefferson. 4, James Madison. 5, James Monroe. 6, John Quincy Adams. 7, Andrew Jackson. 8, Martin Van Buren. 9, William Henry Harrison. 10, John Tyler. 11, James K. Polk. 12, Zachary Taylor. 13, Millard Fillmore. 14, Franklin Pierce. 15, James Buchanan. 16, Abraham Lincoln. 17, Andrew 17, Andrew Johnson. 18, Ulysses S. Grant. 19, Luther B. Hayes. 20, James A. Garfield. 21, Chester A. Arthur. 22, Grover Cleveland. 23, Benjamin Harrison. 24, Grover Cleveland. 25, William McKinley. 26, Theodore Roosevelt. 27, William Howard Taft. 28, Woodrow Wilson. 29, Warren G. Harding. 30, Calvin Coolidge. 31, Herbert Hoover. 32, Franklin D. Roosevelt. 33, Harry S. Truman. 34, Dwight D. Eisenhower. 35, John F. Kennedy. 36, Lyndon B. Johnson. 37, Richard Nixon. 38, Gerald Ford. 39, Jimmy Carter. 40, Ronald Reagan. 41, George H. W. Bush. 42, Bill Clinton. 43, George W. Bush. 44, Barack Obama. And finally, 45, Donald Trump. So thank you for watching Civil Alliance. We'll see you in the next video, and in the next video, I guarantee will be the history of World War I. And by the way, peace out.